Hey, how are you?
Not too bad. And yourself?
I'm doing really well, thanks.
Good to meet you. How you doing? Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh,
This is big for us.
well, I'm very excited to be chatting with you too, and it's going to be great to be coming back to the island because obviously it's been a long time, and yeah, we got to make up for lost time. So thanks for the Zoom call and having me on the radio. It means a lot to me.
Of course, of course. We love playing your songs, and that was actually one of my questions I was going to ask you. Is on this tour, do you have anywhere like on the calendar that you get super excited, like an athlete, like, oh, we're playing Philly tonight. Oh, maybe I get to go to Philly. Is there anything like that?
Yeah, very very much so. There've been a bunch of those shows, and I just have to compliment though, like of all the shows that we've done, and we do all these interviews, like even your setup, I can tell on Zoom, like you guys are based on the island.
Yeah.
This isn't a big Toronto station necessarily with millions and millions of people listening, but like look at how great this looks. Like I got to compliment that. And are you recording this for just radio, or is this also for
It's for
like for
just
social?
social media as well. As you can see on social, you can follow Brett Kissel.
Yeah. Man, that's awesome. So,
Yeah.
to answer your question, when it comes to the dates on the calendar that I've been the most excited for, I just got to live out a dream last weekend where I got to play with the Calgary Philharmonic Orchestra,
Oh,
and I got to
cool.
do my very first symphony show. I've never done that before, and we had two sold out shows in Calgary, which were they were amazing. They really were. And so because of that, I was really really grateful to have my songs come to life in a different way. So that was epic, like it really was. But then coming to Nanaimo and Victoria, it's been 5 or 6 years since I've been back
Oh
to
wow.
Nanaimo and Victoria. So that's something I'm really excited about. But my very first tour that I ever did on my own was when I played Queens in Nanaimo. I
Cool.
played the Duke in Victoria, and that was me when I was like 20 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm 33 now. So 13 years ago, I did my first tour there, and it was unreal. And so for me, it's very much like retracing my steps, and it's going to be awesome to come back. And I'm grateful that Nanaimo, especially, like it's sold out so quickly.
Yeah.
So it'll be some great shows.
Yeah, we actually we bought a pair of tickets to give away to that Nanaimo show right before they sold out, so we got lucky. And yeah, and
Nice. Well, thank you for doing that.
oh, of course, and thank you for the tickets to Victoria. We're going to be giving those away next week. It's going to be a big thing. The people are excited. I'm excited, so that's really cool. Thank you.
No, the pleasure's all mine. It's always great, obviously, when country fans get to come out to a great show, and we're going to put on a really, really good one for you and all your listeners.
Awesome, thank you. One thing that actually our listeners and our program director and everything was wondering was about your Christmas show that you did for radio a couple years ago. Are you going to be doing that again, possibly?
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be ready for circulation here right away.
Nice.
Abby White, who does all of my radio programming now, is our VP of promotion. He'll definitely be in touch with you guys. It's a wonderful 2 hour program again. My kids are like my special guests. We got a unique conversation, it looks like, with Dolly Parton, because she has one of the most incredible Christmas records of all time,
Oh yeah.
Kenny and Dolly, Once Upon a Christmas. So it's a magical time of the year, and it will be a magical radio special.
Nice. Well, when it comes to country stars, then, like you've probably met a few. Do you have any on your list that you're like, oh, I can't wait to meet this such and such person?
I'd love to spend some time with Shania.
Oh, you've never met
Shania,
Shania?
she hosted, yeah, she's hosted the Canadian Country Awards,
Oh yeah.
and we've seen each other briefly. Like we met on a red carpet where she said, "Hey, Brett," and I said, "Hey, Shania," and I gave her a hug. But that was it. Like I'd love
Okay.
to have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine or a real visit with her. I did a show on Apple Music where, as a radio host myself, called Canada's Country Radio, and I interviewed her on Zoom.
Oh,
So we had a 45-minute conversation, and that was really cool. But I've never been able to like really visit with her one on one, face to face.
yeah.
So Shania would be somebody. Um, Lainey Wilson, I've never met. I'd love to meet her.
Yeah, she's coming up here.
Um, yeah, and George Strait. I did meet the King. I got a chance to meet George Strait a few years ago, but I would just love to do a show with him, or I'd love to write a country song with him, or go golfing, or fishing, or
Oh yeah.
go for a horseback ride out in the out in the pasture. You know what I mean? I'd love to do something with the king.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That was actually kind of what I was gonna ask, who you would like to meet, but who would you want to do a tour with? If you any of those same people?
Dolly Parton or Reba or
Oh yeah.
George Strait.
Yeah, that would be an interesting tour for sure. You'd get a lot of like a fun crowd, I think.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and all of these acts, Reba and Dolly are different from each other. Yet it's all about show business, and they are the ultimate pros. And then George Strait, he's the king for a reason. He's the best that there's ever been, and the best that there ever will be. To be perfectly honest, so yeah, I would love the opportunity, even if it was just one show. I would love that.
Yeah, he gets brought up a lot in the legends conversation for sure, the goat conversation.
Yeah.
So while you're on tour and you're not playing music, you're kind of relaxing, maybe on the bus or from town to town. What's your favorite thing to do that's not music related on tour?
Well, it's interesting you say that and you bring up relax. I know a lot of my team members get the opportunity to relax and stuff like that. Our crew, of course, are worked very hard. They work so hard and everything. But for me, I'm very passionate about business. So my phone is going nonstop. And so we just invested and became partners with a wonderful brewery in Nanaimo called Wolf Brewery.
Oh, cool.
And so we're going to be doing a lot of work with them. We just bought a distillery in Parksville. So the business side of things is really important to me, and I love doing business. So if I'm not on an interview, I'm going to be on a Zoom call with a bank or with an investor and stuff like that. So the entrepreneurial side of my business is growing, and I really love that. So what do I like to do to relax? I don't relax. Well, what do I like to do for fun? Just make more business deals. I'm really passionate about that. And I used to say watch the Edmonton Oilers, but we're not having the best year this year. So I'm not watching a lot of hockey.
Yeah, I hear you there. And it's always a great thing to do, especially as an artist, getting into the entrepreneurial side. I mean, the big names always do it, right? And then I'm buying products that I didn't even know were owned by like big stars in the end. So it's a really great thing to get into for sure.
Well, we all have an opportunity to use our platform, obviously, for promotion and marketing. But at the same time, there's a couple businesses that I've never promoted and I don't market, but they're just a really good idea. So, getting on the entrepreneurial side of things is important for me, because if you look at the trends of music and all of the artists that you and I both love, we all have a shelf life.
Yeah.
We all do the best that we can within the time frame that we're given, but nobody lasts forever. So because of that, what else can I do? How else can I support my family? How else can I build a wonderful life for the next generation, my kids and their kids? And so that comes through music, but it also comes through business. And we're all given the same 24 hours in the day. We're all given an opportunity to succeed, all of us. So what do I want to do with the time that I've got on this earth? And I just want to squeeze every last drop out of this life. And the way to do that is to work hard and enjoy what Canada has to offer.
There you go. And there's lots of it. There's lots of Canada. So and you get to tour it with this Compass tour. That's awesome.
Exactly.
So with the Compass tour, now that you've had the Compass project out for a little while, do you have a new favorite song from that album to play live?
Yeah, there's a really unique track that I wrote called Missin' You in San Antone. And it's a Western swing song. And I'm so proud of my band, because I don't know if there's many bands in Canada or America, to be honest, in country music that could play the way that my guys play.
Cool.
And I know as a Canadian, it's important to be humble, and you always want to be modest, and you don't want to brag, but I love bragging about my band because they're so good and they play real country music and they know how to do that. And so Missing You in San Antone is just an opportunity for my guys to flex a little bit, and I think show our audiences how damn good they really are.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know that it's always a little different from the fans to like the artist, like what their favorite, like playing it is different than listening to it. So that's why I always ask. It's a fun to know exactly what's going on up there.
Well, and we always reimagine versions of our hit songs too. Airwaves is so different live than how it sounds on the radio. Yeah. We've really beefed it up and we've made it a spectacle. Anthem is way different live than it is, on record. And that's one of the beautiful things in our show, is that we can be really diverse in our approach to these songs, which is why we strongly encourage all of our fans to not just enjoy the music on radio and Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon, but come out to the live show. And case in point is with our new song called Two of Us that I did with my buddy Cooper Allen. That song is taken on a life of its own in the live show. And it's really, really special when that song comes up in the set list.
Yeah, it's that's why it's different. So like being like I don't perform songs or anything like that, but I've done some stage stuff, and yeah, you get excited for different things than the audience does, I think sometimes, and that's really cool to hear. So you're gonna be playing very soon. You're coming in like a week and a half. That's gonna be an amazing show. You got that in the lineup for us? That one that you're gonna play live?
Oh, absolutely. But at the same time, I mean, it's going to be a unique show. Every show is different.
Yeah.
We kind of start with maybe the same. Well, yeah, it's what is it? I think we've released like 20 or more songs to Canadian Country Radio, and they've all done extremely well. A bunch of number ones, and obviously you're to thank for that. John, as long as you've been in the business, I'm sure you've been playing my music, and I'm grateful for that. So what we choose to do in Victoria and Nanaimo are going to be two very, very fun shows.
Yeah, so maybe people should just buy tickets to both then.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I mean, Nanaimo is sold out, but at least Victoria, there's only a few tickets left. So yeah, please get your tickets and come and see us.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you again, Brett. This has been amazing. I really appreciate you taking some time to come talk to us, and I'm sure your show is just going to be amazing. Thank you again for the tickets. Our listeners are going to love those, and we're going to get some awesome fans your way.
No, buddy, the pleasure's all mine, and I hope you enjoy the show. I'm not sure which ones you're going to be able to come out to, but you've always got a ticket and a pass to come to any show at any time.
Oh man, love you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I love you back.
That's great.
Hey, thanks, John.
You. All right, well, you have yourself a good day and make some business deals.
You betcha. See you.
All right,
Bye.
See you later. Bye.